Hi everybody, it's Geordie from Geordie's Cards. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am creating a fun little shadow box card using some Heffy Doodle products. There's lots and lots of glitter and pink and rainbows going on today, so I hope you enjoy this one. So I'm using the Fluffy Puffy Unicorn set from Heffy Doodle, the Heffy Doodle Shadow Box die, and I'm pulling out some Fawn Pixie Dust Sparkle cardstock. So I went ahead and started my box card. I was a bit concerned that the tabs wouldn't stick down very well with the double-sided tape. So I kind of wanted to test it out a little bit, and it did work fine. So that was good to know. So all I did was I cut two of the main pieces from the die. I used the aperture on one of them. Then I've stuck the tab together to create one long kind of box. And then I've created these little clouds using the dies in the set for my little kind of center tab pieces. And I'm just removing or trying to remove the double-sided adhesive on the other side of these so that I can adhere my box down. These shadow box cards are really quite easy to put together. There's loads of instructional videos. So if you're not sure, do go ahead and check out the Heffy Doodle website. I know Fawn do a shadow box card as well. There's loads and loads of kind of tutorials and instructions on how to put them together. But to be honest, they come together pretty easily. So you probably work it out quite easily yourself anyway. So I'm really struggling with this double-sided tape today. It does not want to come apart. But eventually I get there and I close up my box, and then that's my box done. Easy peasy. So I've gone ahead and stamped out my unicorns. I've used all 5 of the unicorns in this set, and I have gone ahead and fussy cut them out. I just had a little bit of time on my hands, so I thought I would do that prior to recording today. I don't always do that, but just I had a little bit of time, so I decided to do them. I am going to be colouring my unicorns all in exactly the same way. So I'm only going to show you one because you don't want to get bored watching them all. I'm using RV13, RV10 and RV000 for my unicorns' bodies. I wanted them to stand out. My background, my card is all from that kind of pixie dust glitter cardstock, so it's white, it's glittery. I want you to be able to see my unicorns, so I didn't want them to be white as well. So I decided to make them pink, because why not? Who doesn't love a chubby little pink unicorn? So they are all going to be pink, and I chose these kind of softer, almost bubblegum pink colours, just because, you know, why not? I love these little unicorns. They are so adorable. They're really cute. So my daughter is going through a phase at the moment of talking about spirit. What's your spirit animal? That's her favourite question. And to be honest, I haven't been able to decide until now. And I've decided that my spirit animal is a fluffy puffy unicorn because they're kind of a little bit like me. They're quite happy. They're a little on the puffy side, which I am as well. And they like glitter and rainbows, and who doesn't? So I think my spirit animal is a fluffy puffy unicorn. So I'm going ahead and colouring their mane and tails in with some rainbow colours. For these colours, I am using G02 and G00 for my green, Y02 and Y00 for my yellow, YR02 and 00 for my orange, B01 and 000 for my blue, and BV04 and 02 for my purple. And these are the only other colours I'm going to be using on this card. My rainbow is going to be done with these same colours as well. So it's quite a nice, simple colouring video today, not too much going on. I was debating what colour to do my unicorn horns, and I decided to just go ahead and do them in those yellows that I've pulled out there. So Y02 and 00. If they're tiny, I've only just done a layer of Y02. So I've coloured all of my unicorns, as I said, off camera, and now I'm going ahead and colouring my rainbow. So I'm using my orange, YR02 and 00, and all I'm doing is laying down a darker colour towards the base on either side and blending out with the lighter towards the middle. Going to do the same with the yellow, and I'm going to use the green and the blue on my rainbow as well. So really simple colouring today. And I have seen a lot of unicorn stamp sets. In fact, I have a couple of others, I believe. But these ones, I don't know, there's something about them. They're kind of really fun and playful. And I think that they would kind of make anybody smile. I suppose little girls are going to be completely in love with these, but I think adults would be equally happy. I'd be quite happy to get some pink unicorns and some glitter cardstock. So yeah, that would make me smile. So just going in with my white Sakura Jelly Roll pen and adding some little details to everything. You can't really see it, to be honest. These colours are quite pale, so the white doesn't show up particularly well, but it's just something that I do anyway, and I just thought I would add that in just for a little something extra. I think it shows up in some places, but not so well in others. But you know what? It's just a little thing that I do when I'm making my cards and doing my colouring. So I'm more than happy to leave this bit in. I did add some little kind of white dots for their cheeks because I can't put anything pink on their cheeks because they've already got pink cheeks. So that just adds a little bit of a bit of texture and a bit of something to their little faces as well. Once that's done, I did pull out my Sakura Stardust pen, and thank you so much, Kate from Kate's Crafts, for telling me the name of this pen. I could not remember what it was called. I've had it for years, and I just could not remember, but it's a nice glittery pen, and I'm just adding that to the unicorn's horns, and you can see it just adds a lovely glitter and shine. I mean, you cannot have too much glitter where unicorns are concerned. Now it's just a case of assembling everything. So I've pulled out some glue dots here, and what I'm doing is using a little strip of acetate to attach my rainbow. I want to have it kind of floating up in the sky. Now my background is quite plain, but I'm okay with that. I did think about putting some pattern paper in there, but I kind of felt like it would be a bit too busy if I did that. So I just kept it white as it was, and I'm just going to have my little rainbow kind of floating up in the sky there. So I'm using glue dots because I've seen a lot of people using glue dots on these shadow box cards. I've never done it before, but I thought I would give it a try and see if it worked, and I think it did. It was quite good. The great thing is that it's a little bit, I'm not going to say completely movable, but you can kind of shift things around a little bit if you need to, which is quite handy. So now I'm just kind of trying to figure out where everything else is going to go. So I have taken another strip of this acetate, and I'm going to attach this little guy who looks kind of like he's flying, or at least jumping. So I'm going to have him popped up slightly just above my clouds there. And I'm just kind of figuring out how long my acetate piece needs to be before attaching a little glue dot to it and putting him in exactly the right spot. Once he's in, I'm just kind of going to go forward through my layers. So I want this little guy to kind of just sit in there. Now, I did initially try some liquid glue here. So this is the Barely Art Precision Glue, but it really did not stick particularly well. It was okay on this part because I'm attaching it to the back of the cardstock, the back of the glitter. But where I tried to use it on the front, it did not work. So I had to resort to glue dots again. So you'll see here in a minute, I'm going to try and put a little unicorn on the very front. I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to put him. And initially I tried this liquid glue, but it did not stick to this kind of glittery cardstock. It just kept moving around and falling off and did not want to stay. So I kind of pulled them up again, and I just popped them down with some glue dots. It just really did not want to work. So that was interesting because I kind of thought liquid glue would be the best option for glitter cardstock. Clearly I was completely wrong because it just did not work at all. But these glue dots were perfect and they worked really, really well. I've had these glue dots for years and I've never really used them a great deal. So it was nice to kind of pull them out and have a go with them. So there we go. That's stuck onto the front, and I kind of thought about adding another unicorn in, but I kind of thought about putting him in behind the rainbow, but in the end I decided against it. I just felt like I had enough going on already. rainbows and glitter and unicorns is pretty full on, isn't it? So I just left him out for the time being. I've gone ahead and stamped out a sentiment onto some Gina K Bubblegum cardstock. And the sentiment says, sending unicorns and rainbows, which I just thought worked really, really well. And I've cut it out with a banner die. It's a Concord and 9th banner die from the Triple Heart Blooming die set. I think that's what it's called. It will all be linked below. But I love that, that die. I use it all the time. And I've gone ahead and used that same cardstock and stamped another little sentiment for my back panel. And I cut this panel using the die that I used to cut the aperture in the front. So it's exactly the same, and it's got double stitching, so you have stitching on the inside and the outside. And now there's a little space to put my other 2 unicorns. So in the end, I did use everything. So I'm just popping him down, and the sky is going to sit up at the top. And then that's it. It's a nice, quick and easy card today. It didn't take long at all. These shadow box cards come together really, really quickly. Once you've made one, you can kind of reel them out really, really quickly. It doesn't take much at all. And that's it. A lovely, glittery, rainbowy unicorn card. What more could you ask for? So I'm just fiddling around a little bit with this guy because I kind of felt like he was a little bit too close. But in the end, I kind of just left him because I didn't want to rip everything. And it was fine. And that's it. Card complete. So I hope you enjoyed this one today. Please do let me know in the comments below. Do give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And please do subscribe to my channel. I would love to see you come back again. I've left a link for another video here that you may be interested in. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care.